Welcome to the RFR Metal Fabrication family. On behalf of the entire team at RFR Metal Fabrication, I want to warmly welcome you. We're excited to have you join our growing company and look forward to achieving great things together. As you step into your role, one thing we cannot stress enough is our unwavering commitment to safety. While we're known for excellence in precision metal fabrication, safety is the foundation upon which we build everything. This safety training is designed to be the first step in your journey toward understanding how to stay safe in your workplace. But it's only the beginning. We have a robust safety program in place, and you'll have all the resources and information needed to ensure not only your safety but the safety of everyone around you. Remember, safety is a shared responsibility. We must all work together, follow established safety procedures, and remain vigilant in looking out for one another. Only then can we prevent accidents and ensure that everyone goes home healthy and unharmed at the end of each workday. Now let's dive into the specific safety regulations and procedures we practice at RFR Metal Fabrication. These include essential safety measures for common workplace hazards such as hazmat, fire evacuation, lockout, tagout, machine guarding, electrical safety, bloodborne pathogens, and heat stress. Common safety hazards in metal fabrication. The metal fabrication industry, while rewarding and essential, is not without its risks. Cuts, burns, eye injuries, and other hazards are common in the field. In 2023 alone, over 100,000 injuries were reported in the U.S. metal fabrication industry. That equates to more than 270 injuries per day, many of which were entirely preventable. At RFR, we refuse to become part of these statistics. Safety here isn't just a set of rules, it's a mindset and a way of life. By equipping ourselves with the right knowledge, tools, and habits, we can avoid many common accidents. Ensuring you are aware of the potential hazards in your work environment and the proper safety protocols is key to fostering a safe workplace for everyone. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is your first line of defense in any industrial setting. Here at RFR, we take PPE very seriously, and it's important that you do as well. Wearing the right gear not only protects you, but also sets a standard for everyone around you. What PPE is required? Safety glasses. ANSI-approved safety glasses with side shields are mandatory. These will protect your eyes from flying debris, sparks, and other potential hazards. OSHA-approved boots or footwear. Protect your feet from falling objects and heavy materials. Ensure your boots meet OSHA standards for impact and compression resistance. Cut-resistant gloves. Always wear gloves suited to the task at hand, whether handling sharp materials or working with welding equipment. Hearing protection. Metal fabrication is loud. Use earplugs or earmuffs with a high noise reduction rating or NRR to protect against hearing damage. Specialized PPE includes face shields and welding helmets. For tasks like grinding or welding, face shields and auto-darkening welding helmets are required. This protects you from sparks, UV radiation, and harmful fumes. Flame-resistant clothing. When working with high heat, sparks, or open flames, ensure you're wearing clothing made from flame-resistant materials like Nomex or Kevlar. Inspecting PPE. PPE only works if it's in good condition. Always inspect your equipment before each use. Look for wear and tear, cracks, or other signs of damage. Any PPE that is damaged or doesn't fit properly should be replaced immediately. Training and machine safety. At RFR, the safety of our employees while operating machinery is non-negotiable. Metal fabrication involves the use of powerful and potentially dangerous machinery. Understanding the risks and knowing how to operate each piece of equipment safely is essential. Comprehensive training. Before operating any equipment, you will receive thorough training on its functions, potential hazards, and safety features. No one should operate machinery they are not trained to use. This ensures that every operator has the knowledge and skills necessary to perform their tasks safely and efficiently. Machine guards are designed to protect you from the moving parts of the machinery. Never bypass or remove these safety features, no matter the reason. Regular inspections of machine guards should be carried out to ensure they are functioning properly and offering the protection they're intended to provide. Lockout, tagout, or LOTO is a critical safety protocol for de-energizing machinery during maintenance or repairs. Always follow the lockout, tagout procedures strictly, ensuring that equipment is isolated from energy sources before any work begins. This prevents the accidental startup of machinery, which can lead to severe injuries or fatalities. Hazard zones. Be aware of pinch points, crush zones, and other dangerous areas around machinery. These are typically clearly marked, but it's crucial to recognize them and avoid unnecessary contact with these zones. Training will provide you with detailed information on how to navigate hazard zones safely. Handling hazardous materials, or hazmat, is part of daily operations in many areas of metal fabrication. Chemical spills, exposure to toxic fumes, or improper handling of hazardous materials can lead to severe injuries or long-term health issues. When handling hazardous chemicals, always wear the proper PPE, including gloves, goggles, and aprons if necessary. Never assume a chemical is harmless, always err on the side of caution. Hazardous chemicals should be stored in accordance with OSHA guidelines using proper containment methods. Secondary containment must be used to prevent spills from spreading. All chemical waste must be disposed of according to company procedures to ensure environmental compliance and workplace safety. Safety data sheets provide crucial information about the chemicals you'll be working with. You must know where the SDS are located and how to access them. These sheets provide instructions on handling, storage, and emergency measures in case of exposure. Fire hazards are an inherent risk in metal fabrication, especially when working with welding, grinding, or any process involving heat. Proper fire prevention and evacuation procedures are essential to maintaining a safe working environment. Any operation involving flames, sparks, or heat is considered hot work. Special precautions must be taken, including keeping a clear area, at least 35 feet, around the work site and using fire-resistant welding curtains to contain sparks. Ensure that all combustible materials are stored safely away from areas where hot work is being performed. Fire extinguishers are placed strategically throughout the facility. Familiarize yourself with their locations and the different types of extinguishers, Class A, B, and C, and know how to use them properly. In an emergency, every second counts. Clear and unobstructed pathways to emergency exits are crucial. In the event of a fire, time is of the essence, and having a clear route can save lives. Participate in regular fire drills to ensure you are familiar with evacuation procedures. Our central meeting place is located next to the scrap bins on the employee parking lot side of the building. Lockout Tag Out, or LOTO, is a system used to ensure that machinery is completely shut down and cannot be started again while maintenance or repairs are being performed. This is one of the most critical safety procedures at RFR. Before performing maintenance, machinery must be completely de-energized. This means disconnecting power sources including electrical, hydraulic, or pneumatic energy. Once the machine is de-energized, it must be locked out using appropriate devices to prevent it from being powered back on. After locking out the machinery, a tag must be placed on it to inform others that the machine is being serviced and should not be operated. Clear communication is key here. This ensures that no one accidentally turns on a machine that is under repair, preventing potentially fatal accidents. Machine guarding is one of the primary methods used to protect workers from injury. Machine guards are physical barriers designed to keep your body and clothing away from dangerous moving parts. Safeguards should never be removed or tampered with. If a guard is damaged, report it immediately and do not operate the machinery until it is repaired or replaced. Operating machinery without the proper safeguards is dangerous and can lead to serious injury or worse. Familiarize yourself with the location of emergency stop buttons on all machinery you operate. These buttons can shut down the machine instantly in case of a malfunction or dangerous situation. Knowing where these are and how to use them can prevent accidents. Electrical hazards are present in many areas of metal fabrication. Whether you're working with machinery, hand tools, or even welding equipment, understanding electrical safety is critical. Before using any electrical equipment, inspect it for damage. This includes checking cords, plugs, and connections. Damaged electrical equipment can lead to electrocution, fires, or equipment malfunction. When operating equipment such as forklifts or cranes, be aware of overhead power lines. Even a momentary contact with a live power line can be fatal. Always ensure that electrical equipment is properly grounded before use. Grounding provides an essential safety measure, preventing electrical shock by directing any excess current safely into the ground. In the metal fabrication industry, injuries can happen despite every precaution being taken. While the majority of injuries involve cuts or scrapes, there's always the potential for exposure to blood-borne pathogens if blood or bodily fluids are present. Knowing how to handle these situations properly can protect you and others from serious infections such as HIV or hepatitis B and C. At RFR Metal Fabrication, all employees are provided with blood-borne pathogen safety training. This training will provide you with essential information on what blood-borne pathogens are, how they are transmitted, and what to do in case of exposure. You'll learn about the risks associated with blood or bodily fluids in the workplace, and how to minimize those risks through proper practices and the use of PPE. The key principle in blood-borne pathogen safety is universal precautions. This means treating all blood and bodily fluids as if they are infectious. Even if you don't know whether the blood is contaminated, always act as if it could be. This involves using appropriate PPE such as gloves, face shields, and protective clothing when dealing with any situation where exposure to blood may occur. If you encounter blood or bodily fluids at work, it's critical that you handle the situation with care. Follow the established cleanup procedures, which include using absorbent materials, disinfecting the area, and properly disposing of any contaminated waste. All contaminated materials should be placed in designated biohazard containers to prevent the spread of pathogens. Never attempt to clean up blood without the proper PPE and training. Heat stress safety. Working in a metal fabrication shop can sometimes expose you to high temperatures, especially during the warmer months. Heat stress is a serious concern, as it can lead to heat exhaustion or heat stroke, both of which can be life-threatening if not addressed promptly. Understanding how to recognize the signs of heat-related illness and knowing how to prevent it can save lives. Hydration is key. When working in a hot environment, staying hydrated is the most important step you can take to prevent heat stress. You should drink plenty of water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. It's recommended to drink water every 15 to 20 minutes while working in hot conditions. Avoid beverages like coffee or soda, which can dehydrate you. Recognizing symptoms of heat stress. It's important to familiarize yourself with the symptoms of heat stress, which include dizziness or fainting, nausea or vomiting, excessive sweating or lack of sweating in cases of heat stroke, rapid heartbeat, and confusion or irritability. If you or a coworker start showing these symptoms, take immediate action. Move to a cool area, drink water, and if symptoms persist, seek medical attention. Forklift safety. Forklifts are powerful and essential tools in the metal fabrication industry, but they also pose significant risks if not operated safely. At RFR Metal Fabrication, we ensure that only trained and certified personnel operate forklifts, and strict safety protocols are in place to prevent accidents. Forklift certification. Before operating a forklift, employees must complete a thorough training program and obtain certification. This training covers the forklift's operation, potential hazards, and the safety protocols that must be followed. Certification must be kept up to date, and refresher courses are provided regularly. Load limits. Every forklift has a specific weight capacity that must not be exceeded. Overloading a forklift can cause it to tip over or lead to load instability, which poses a danger to both the operator and others nearby. Always be aware of the forklift's load limit and never exceed it. Visibility and travel paths. When operating a forklift, ensure that you have a clear line of sight. If the load obstructs your view, travel in reverse to maintain visibility. Additionally, always check your surroundings for other workers, obstacles, and uneven surfaces before moving. Use mirrors and honk the horn at intersections to warn others of your presence. Emergency procedures. Despite all efforts to maintain a safe workplace, emergencies can still happen. Whether it's a medical emergency, fire, or chemical spill, knowing how to respond quickly and correctly can save lives. At RFR, we place a strong emphasis on emergency preparedness, and employees are trained to handle a variety of emergency scenarios, including first aid readiness. First aid kits are strategically placed throughout the facility, and several employees called first responders are trained in CPR, AED, and basic first aid. It's important to familiarize yourself with the locations of these kits and know who the trained first aid personnel are. If an injury occurs, immediate care can significantly reduce the severity of the injury until professional medical help arrives. Emergency communication systems. RFR uses an emergency communication system that includes alarms, Pennsylvania announcements, and designated emergency contacts. Familiarize yourself with the different alarms and what they signify. For example, a fire alarm bell will prompt immediate evacuation, while a medical emergency announcement might require you to assist or provide space for emergency responders. Evacuation procedures. In the event of an evacuation, proceed to the designated assembly points outside the facility. Do not run or panic, remain calm and exit the building in an orderly fashion. Regular evacuation drills are conducted to ensure all employees are prepared in case of emergency. Again, our central meeting place is located next to the scrap bins on the employee parking lot side of the building. Building a culture of safety at RFR Metal Fabrication. At RFR Metal Fabrication, we don't just follow safety procedures because they're required by law. We follow them because we genuinely care about the well-being of every member of our team. We believe that fostering a culture of safety goes beyond providing training and equipment. It's about building an environment where everyone feels responsible for their own safety and the safety of others. We encourage open communication about safety concerns. If you see something that doesn't seem right, or if you have suggestions for improving safety, speak up. Your input is valuable, and it helps us identify and address potential hazards before they become serious issues. Reporting safety hazards is never considered a nuisance. It's a necessary part of our safety culture. Safety standards are always evolving, and so are we. Our safety program is continuously updated based on the latest industry regulations and best practices. Regular audits, inspections, and feedback from employees help us stay ahead of potential risks and ensure that our safety protocols are as effective as possible. At RFR, safety starts at the top. Our leadership team is committed to setting a positive example by adhering to all safety procedures and promoting a safety-first mentality. Managers and supervisors are actively involved in safety training and are always available to answer questions or provide guidance on safe practices. The role of new employees in our safety mission. As a new member of the RFR Metal Fabrication family, you play a crucial role in maintaining and enhancing our safety culture. Your fresh perspective can bring new insights into how we can improve safety measures. Don't hesitate to ask questions, seek clarification, and fully engage in safety training. By doing so, you not only protect yourself, but also contribute to a safer workplace for everyone. Safety isn't an afterthought. When you join RFR, you become part of a team that values safety just as much as productivity and efficiency. We want you to feel confident in your ability to perform your job safely. Safety should never be an afterthought. It's a core part of every task you perform. Together, we make safety a priority. In conclusion, safety is paramount at RFR Metal Fabrication. It is ingrained in everything we do, from the way we design our workflows to the equipment we use and the training we provide. By following the safety guidelines outlined in this training and fostering a culture where safety comes first, we can minimize risks, prevent accidents, and ensure that everyone goes home at the end of the day healthy and unharmed. We are thrilled to have you on board, and we look forward to working together in a safe and successful environment. Welcome again to the RFR Metal Fabrication family. Let's make great things happen, and let's do it safely.